So it's interesting. So the cloud initiatives that we've got in Virginia just this year, the governor released Executive Order 19, which was for us a directive to shift as much as possible to cloud-based environments, whether that's on-premise private cloud or third-party public cloud. We're looking for to move our systems to have the cloud model attributes and some of the incentives that it sort of brings to moving to that model. And because of that, we kind of had to make sure we had a good picture of what the security model was going to look like for each type of different as a service that we were looking at implementing. And we started off when we were doing cloud a couple years ago with looking at our software as a service, because it was a little bit easier for us to understand how to set the contractual terms and some of the evaluation that we have to go through for each supplier. We didn't sort of do the let's move our entire environment to a cloud infrastructure first. We sort of took small chunks. And it was a lot easier for us to take that approach. And we started with the SaaS solutions because of that, where our individual applications, smaller audience, easier to kind of identify with and make mistakes with and recover. So we set up an evaluation program and set up structure for all of our assurance and sort of looking through what each supplier was bringing to the table, making sure their information security programs were running accordingly within each organization. And what we found is that a lot of the suppliers were initially coming to us saying, hey, we're running on Amazon, we're running on Azure, we're running on some platform, we've got it covered, everything's fine. And we'll usually ask the question of, well, as a SaaS solution, you guys have to do everything above the platform. You got to do more than what Amazon is doing. How is it that you're doing that? A couple years ago, it was a lot of, well, I don't know what you mean. And we sort of would walk them through, here's how we tell whether you've got an information security program. And a lot of them had it. They just didn't realize that they had something in place. As we progressed over the last couple of years, it's getting more and more common that folks are coming to the table with all the information that they need in order to say, yep, I've got a security environment, I'm doing the vulnerability scans, I'm doing the patching, I'm doing all the basic cyber hygiene stuff that we're expecting from any of our suppliers. So as we started with that model, we then said, okay, we've got this down, we know what types of things we're looking for, we know what works and what doesn't. Let's go ahead and try this in a completely different setup and see how well we do. So we're now moving towards the more infrastructure and platform as a service. Our agency provides platform as a service services to all of the rest of the Commonwealth, so we're just talking about shifting the way that our agency is consuming services and having the rest of the agency sort of jump on this new way of presenting. And what we've been working really hard towards is coming up with a way to be an effective cloud broker for all of our different agencies. And with that means when we're providing a cloud service, that means that we're providing all of the services attached to it, including security. It makes it a lot easier for us to do that, where we are able to build that in as part of our basic offering, instead of having each agency kind of go out on their own and come up with a series of protections. So it's made, because we know what to look for and the types of things that we want to put in place, it's made it a lot easier with the centralized model.